Okay.
If it was just 5 minutes, that's fine. That's like nothing.
It's like one line of dialogue.
Annalise trying to find the meme, and
No, it's okay. I closed out of it because Julian came back. So.
no, but I gotta go pee, so get back
Oh.
to it.
Oh,
Okay. Oh,
we're rolling
dude,
for a third time.
I I despise Tyzel for adding bruh to my vocabulary.
Bruh.
It's because he always does that. He goes, bruh. I'm like, dude, stop.
Guys,
I used to hate people who say it, but now I say it. I'm like, oh.
I've had that happen to me as well.
I used to
Like
hate it.
Kaizo?
another thing. No, in Turkish actually, we have a word for yes. Of course, it's evet. But in recent years, another word, aynen, has started to be used in place of evet, which means same. Like everyone just one day agreed to stop saying yes and started saying same to everything. And initially, I hated it, but I got assimilated. Like I got by a zombie. Like verbal tics like that are very difficult to avoid. Very contagious.
It's like when you hate like something that came out in speech and then you start to hate it so much that you start to say it ironically and then you just start saying it.
No, I didn't even. I never used it ironically. It like skipped that whole step for me. I suddenly started using it unironically. I don't even know how
Same.
that happened.
Ugh. For me, it happened ironically because I started saying bruh to make fun of Tyzel, and then I just started saying it.
Yeah, it's usually like interjection words that usually have that happen. Like again, yes or bruh.
Bruh.
Like dude. Like like likes.
like, same.
Yeah,
Bruh. Skibbity.
exactly.
Bruh.
Skibbity. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. I'm just going to stop you right where you are and back to the court session.
Let's take a gabapentin. No, I'm kidding.
My apologies, but would you mind waiting until tomorrow? Also,
Wait,
Kane, this recording?
Yeah, I'm recording.
he been
Alright.
recording.
Oh, shit. Please, well, Alright, Haji. In return, though, I know that place, right? What are these guys? Telepathic? It's gotta be a strip club, right? Cross examination.
I've already forgotten the testimony. Oh, I missed this testimony, I guess.
Oh, did you? Okay. Not really. For all I know, you could have planted them in my office. Anyway, you can't prove when those pieces of evidence were discovered. They were found after Doug was convicted. They're worthless. There's no reason I'd participate in a forgery. Rearranging the crime scene wouldn't help me out in any way. Okay, so I think it would help him because the crime happened on his side of the office, and they moved away from his side of the office. So like, it would literally help no one but him.
Exactly.
I don't know how to like do a rebuttal.
Mm, did we already? Should we just start pressing him on things,
Yeah,
or did we already?
I accidentally passed the coffee. Kenton is the one who murdered Prosecutor Marshall 2 years ago, and I know he played a part in the forgery. It only means someone asked him to be an accomplice.
Damon Gans, someone's accomplice? That sounds unlikely.
Did he just read our mind?
Yeah. I just. I'd appreciate it if you'd stop making these ridiculous allegations. Yes, you do have a point. You wouldn't have the guts to do something like that. What? I'll have you know, back in the day I once broke into a cattle ranch and tipped... Sir, what are you saying?
Ew.
Anyway, you can't prove you didn't carry in the evidence, can you? If you have proof to the contrary, I can need it later.
Later? What are you talking about?
That's also I'm talking about when Raito's prints are found. Yes, they're found inside my safe. It would prove his investigation was illegal. Never faced anyone as slimy as this guy. Well, you can't prove when those pieces of evidence were discovered. They were clearly discovered right after Neil Marshall was killed.
What pieces of evidence is he talking about exactly?
The one found in his safe, the jar piece and the evidence.
Okay. Well,
What do you mean by that? This is all purely hypothetical, of course. Suppose I did place those items in my safe. Such an act wouldn't necessarily constitute forgery. Concealing evidence found at a crime scene isn't... I'm not through speaking yet, Raito. It all depends on when the evidence was discovered. They were found after Dart was convicted, and they're worthless.
well, no.
I guess he's saying that it's a closed case, and those items are no relevant to anything.
That's technically not
Maybe.
true. Because of the rules of evidence,
Actually?
Are you seeing this jar fragment wasn't discovered in the initial investigation?
Scientifically speaking?
It would appear not. After all, it wasn't listed in the evidence list. For all we know, it could have suddenly materialized the day after the sentence. Dude. And wouldn't that be convenient?
right. The chief
He's
is
like,
talking
oh.
about a possibility, so as long
Edgeworth
as you
is
can't
like-
rule that out.
He's like, settle down, my love.
Yeah. But bro, chill out.
Your remarks, however clever they may be, will only succeed in wasting time.
Something I don't know. Come on, come now, Raito. Think about it. There's no reason I'd participate in a forgery. How can you look me in the eye and say that? Because I'm innocent. Remember? Who was it that murdered Neil? I'm not sure I care for the word murder here. In the end, the person responsible for Mr. Marshall's unfortunate demise. I'm a Sky. Now do you see? Rearranging the crime scene wouldn't help me out in any way. Again, this is the part that I take the most issue with.
Yeah. That and the fact that when it was discovered is useless, because that's rule 2 of evidence law. If it pertains to the case, then it's valid evidence.
Really, Chief Gans? At the very least, there is one very large benefit reaped from all of this. Exactly. Well, I wasn't aware. What is this benefit? That would of course be the position you have, Chief of Police. Oh. Just like, dang, you went there. The resolution of the SL9 incident secured your promotion to Chief. That in itself is sufficient motive. Oh, that's a good one. Huh? You really think I'm that incompetent? What do you mean? Even without that case, I was already in line to be the next chief. Resolution of SL9 merely set up the inevitable as inevitable a little. Is that true, Edgeworth?
Yes, he was going to be made chief anyway.
Be careful when pointing that finger, or you might wind up being the one pointed at.
So that means there's only one possible motivation for you to commit forgery. If you didn't do it for yourself, then you did it for someone else.
Don't be silly, Worthy. You know me better than that. There are only 3 people I look out for. Me, myself, and I. There, it's out in the open now. Reggie, would you mind if I changed my testimony a little? By all means, please do.
Yeah, man, incriminate yourself further.
I wouldn't be anyone's accomplice if there was nothing in it for me.
That's one hell of a thing to say on record.
Yeah, I guess he's that full of himself. Like, he's that cocksure
Yeah.
to be able to pin this on him. If there was nothing in it for me, I'm just gonna put
Yeah.
nothing in it for you? Sorry, but the only person I care about is yours truly. That girl, Anna's little sister, was it? If you think I felt sorry for her, you'd better think again.
You're right. You don't feel sorry for anyone.
Be tough on crime and tough on people. That's how I was raised.
You seem to be lax enough on yourself, though.
Oh, well, that's a good one, really. Could there have been something like that? Selfishness. Could he have helped someone out? You guys, I'm thinking of someone as an accomplice. You have someone that in your mind? Clearly it wasn't Neil, he fucking died.
Yeah, he died.
So it's gotta be someone.
I don't.
Okay, so what I'm thinking is Damon Gant was going to be made chief of police anyway, and
Right.
they brought up something interesting earlier in this session of ours, and that was since he was partners with Lana, and she had the potential to be made chief prosecutor. He was going to have control over the prosecutor's office. And that murder, like, risked both their careers, so it would help both of them if they
you think
covered
it's
it up.
Lana?
Yeah, so because, like, Emma is currently the prime suspect for Neil's murder, right? And if Emma really is the murderer, Lana at risk of becoming chief prosecutor.
Yeah.
And Damon wants her to be chief prosecutor, so he has control over the prosecutor's office. So that would be, if there's, he said, there's something in it for him. Like, he wants Lana to be chief prosecutor, so he helps cover the crime up. So I think the accomplice is Lana.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree.
Make sense? Alright. True, you might not help out anyone for their sake, but if it would benefit you, you might decide to assist someone.
Mr. Wright, it appears you are positively determined to betray the chief. A nice man who likes to lend people a hand.
That's not what I mean.
Very well then. Who is this person you believe Chief Gant may have helped forge evidence?
Any objections?
Nope.
Nope.
Chief Prosecutor Lana Sky, the defendant.
I believe it's quite obvious in light of the circumstances. Lana Sky fell victim to an unfortunate series of events. I would want to help her more than her own sister, Lana. As for Chief Gant, he would also have a reason to help Lana if he asked him to. That reason, of course, is self-profit.
Self-profit? What do you mean?
After the SL9 incident was resolved, Lana Sky was appointed chief prosecutor at the prosecutor's office. The person who arranged this job change was you, Chief Gant.
How would he profit from all this?
He would be able to use the chief prosecutor as his puppet. Essentially, he would acquire unchecked authority over all Ace Attorney investigations.
Hey,
Collection.
You mean to tell me that despite the chief's formidable appearance, he plays with puppets? Wait. You must mean puppet as in someone forced to do his bidding. Never mind.
Crickets.
Chief. Yeah, I didn't remember that part. You assisted Lana Sky in forging evidence. Your motive? To appoint her as chief prosecutor so you could control her. Righto, my boy. You have quite an imagination. I ask you something. But, do you have any proof of this? That I controlled Lana? For example, is Lana testifying that I've done such a thing? Lana? You can quite upset Emma. There's no way she'd testify against Gant.
I'm afraid without any proof, it all amounts to nothing more than mere conjecture.
Unless that is also what happened in this incident.
This incident? Which one would that be? There are like 6 incidents in this case.
Of course, I'm talking about the murder of Detective Bruce Goodman. The chief prosecutor has been acting strange throughout this entire trial. Almost as if someone has been controlling her.
God, look at that hongly dongly, you know.
Me and who?
Worthy, you'd better watch your tongue. I wouldn't want you to get hurt.
What do you mean?
What he means, Your Honor, is that Chief Gant is involved in the murder of Detective Goodman. Not only that, the Chief is now making Lana take the rap to cover his involvement.
Oh, what? Order! I said order! Mr. Wright, you can't be serious.
Huh?
This is an affront to the highest ranking officer in our law enforcement agency. He is the chief of police of blackmail and murder? That's impossible. My throat
I
hurts.
mean, no accusation is impossible.
You know how you're going back and forth.
Your Honor, I was merely reiterating what was said in easier to understand language, you know. Fancy words of his. Yeah?
It's too late, Mr. Wright. There's no turning back for us now.
Aw, me and
Love
who?
it. Get together. It looks like he's the one who's decided to go through with this.
You prove this, Mr. White. That the chief, a high-ranking officer of the law, is involved in this murder.
Good question.
Regardless of his rank or title, Chief Gant is just a man. He's just a girl. The question
I'm
is,
just a girl.
is he a criminal? I believe the evidence will tell.
I see. Alright then. Let's see what Mr. Wright's got. And it better be good.
Every time the health comes up, I panic. I'm like, oh god.
Take what your mama gave you, Mr. Wright. Show us this evidence that ties Chief Kent to the murder of Detective Goodman.
Okay.
Okay, so we're not talking about Neil Marshall here. We're talking about Bruce Goodman.
Okay.
Is it...
Oh, I have something actually.
Is it the fact that... Yeah, that he went into the room?
Yeah. Like, it's pretty safe to assume the 7777777 is his number, given that that's the number that opened his safe at his office.
Yeah.
And, on the day of his killing, Bruce Goodman walked into the same room after he did. Oh, actually, he didn't, because that Bruce Goodman is actually, Jade Marshall, sorry.
Yeah.
Disguised as him and using his gun. But still, does this time to the murder? Like, he's doing something strange on the day of his murder, doesn't exactly tie him to the murder in the most
What time-
literal sense.
What time does it say that Bruce Goodman died?
Question. Very vague.
Between 4 and 5:30.
Yeah, so Chief Gant was in the evidence room during that time frame. Because he walked in at 4:20, blaze it! I don't know, like, I think this is like a good avenue of questioning, but I'm not sure if the game would accept that.
Well, at worst he'll ask, or at best he'll probably ask like, oh, but how can you prove that 777 belongs to Gant? And then you can say, well, I broke into his office.
Yeah, you have to like admit guilt to like trespassing.
Yeah. That's an icky subject on its own. I don't know. What do you guys think?
I think it's worth a try. We have full health.
Yeah, that's fair.
Okay then. Take that!
This is the ID card list.
Yes, the one that shows who entered the evidence room on the day of the crime. There was one ID on the list we could determine the owner of yesterday. 7777777. Sorry, but there's no way you can prove that's my card number.
Except looking on the card.
It's your number.
Your number, dude. What? How do you know that?
Station Chief Gant's office requires a code to. Don't ask me how I know. 7-digit code.
7 digits. What does that mean?
I'm afraid so, Your Honor. The code was 7777777. Same as the remaining ID card number on that list. Chief Gant, you entered the evidence room on the day of the crime.
It's my song.
Yeah, we haven't heard this in forever.
Motherfucker! Chief Gant, you have to say.
Nothing. The defense's search of my office was in violation of regulation.
And I will demand Mr. Wright be punished to the maximum extent of the law. And I
And
will
by Dwong.
personally. But right now, this court demands an explanation from you. About the use of this ID card.
Chief Gant, you admitted. Entered the evidence room on the day of the crime.
What about it? I'm the chief of police, whether it's the evidence room or the bathroom. What's the difference? I can go anywhere I want.
When you entered the room, were you alone?
I always go to the bathroom alone, as I do with the evidence room. But Detective Goodman wouldn't have happened to be with you that day.
Of course not.
Why would he be? I hadn't seen him in days. hadn't seen him in 2 days. Chief Gant, I'm afraid you've just undone yourself. On that day, you had to have met with Detective Goodman.
What do you mean? The trial's purpose is to determine Lana's guilt.
No, it isn't, Your Honor.
It actually is.
This trial's purpose is to determine the truth. Yeah, it just so happens that every time we're the defendant, we happen to uncover who the real murderer is, but it's not standard. Chief? Oh, if Chief Gant met the victim on the day of the crime, I thought it was Chief Gant, then we need to determine one thing. What transpired during that meeting?
What a
Exclamation
good
mark.
shot. Ugh.
Oh, that wasn't a question.
Okay,
That was a statement.
Mr. White, I'm going to have to ask you for evidence. Show us proof that the victim went to meet Chief Gant on the day of the crime.
The note that says
Okay.
S9.
No, actually, it's not. I happen to remember because, like,
Oh.
this happened in our earlier sessions, but we found out that Detective Goodman actually lost his ID card.
Oh.
Didn't have it at that time.
Yeah.
So he, I think, he filed out a lost item report, which Chief of Police has to sign, I think. If I'm remembering correctly, that means, oh yeah, Goodman's lost item report, a half-written document dated day of the murder, can only be submitted to Chief of Police.
Beautiful.
Yeah,
I think this is
But
what we
wait, why
have.
is it half filled in? Did he die before he could finish it?
Maybe. But like, I don't think we're going to get anything better than this.
Yeah,
We can take another through the court record. You guys want to?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, it doesn't even let us read what's on it. Oh?
ID number is not it. ID number 5842189.
You fucking got it wrong on the report. Yeah, I think that's all.
I like how diligent they are with things like, we don't have Emma with us right now, and if she were here with us, like, these examinations yield a dialogue with her. Now it's like Phoenix solo. They're very good with that sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Nice food.
Wasn't there something on the back of it?
Oh.
No, I couldn't rotate it.
I think originally we had it upside down, and it said we thought it said like 6,
Alright.
7, 5.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's the item report.
Yeah, yeah.
Will I go through?
Do it.
Alright, take that. Detective Goodman lost his ID card on the day of the crime.
Or to be more accurate, Jake Marshall had stolen it.
True. Detective Goodman filled out the lost item report. I've had to give that report to the Chief of Police. If you are in possession of the report, which means you can't be sure. Wait, why am I getting him?
Your Edgeworth is
You
jumping off.
can't be sure if he filed it. He filed it. How do I know you asked? Because he needed to enter the evidence room that day.
He needed to?
Yes. Transfer the evidence out. Oh. Detective Goodman took the form to you, Chief Gant. Then, you accompanied the detective to the evidence room.
I accompanied him?
There's no other way the murderer and Detective Goodman could have entered the room. That's right, I said it. Hold on, let me guess what you're going to say next. I, the chief of police, murdered poor Goodman. Exactly.
Wait. Chief didn't necessarily need to accompany him to the evidence room. They just lent him his ID card.
Yes. Now that you mention it, I believe I might have done something of the sort.
Very convenient. Sorry, but that's not possible. According to the record, your card was only used once. Yet, you showed us your ID card earlier. If you had really lent it to Detective Goodman, it would have been found on his body.
You got brain.
Oh, what the? Oh!
He went Super Saiyan.
What's his
It's
power
good.
level?
Didn't just go Super Saiyan.
Murder was most likely a spur-of-the-moment crime, for no one in the right mind would choose the police department as a place to commit murder. After the murder, we contacted Lana at the prosecutor's office. Why? To dispose of Detective Goodman's body, of course.
You're forgetting, Mr. Wright, that the victim's body was discovered in the prosecutor's office parking lot. How did he manage to move it there?
I was at the police department the entire day, you know.
And everyone's aware that Lana stayed at the prosecutor's office after the ceremony.
Everyone except me, it seems. You're the chief of police. An entire police force at your disposal. So you think I just ordered an officer to do it? Hey you, take this here dead body over to the prosecutor's office. I don't think so. You can. We left all the evidence we need to prove how you moved the body to the prosecutor's office. Time I thought it was useless taking up space.
How couldn't the chief have moved the body? Mr. Wright, show us this evidence.
To the victim's body, she began to use this. I'm gonna go pee real quick. You
Okay.
guys think it's that? This is tricky because we didn't get to didn't have this information repeated to us in our recent session, but I'm pretty sure like the prosecutor's office is like pretty far from the police department. Like it's a whole block.
That's why the body was in the car, right?
In Edgeworth's car.
Yeah. That's what I'm thinking.
Edgeworth, 1712. It is the day of the murder. Like,
The
okay, we
ghost, maybe?
know that Edgeworth drove from prosecutor's office to the police department to get the
So maybe
Right?
he like drove with the body in his trunk and he had no idea that it was in his trunk. And
yeah, but
so then when he arrived, Lana knew like, okay, I just had the call from Chief Gant and I know that the body's in his trunk, so I'm gonna go down there.
yeah, so she stabbed Goodman's body with the knife she found in Edgeworth's car to frame
Yes.
him.
Yes.
But I still leave the question of, like, again, still at the point, how do you get a body from the evidence room No,
To the trunk.
it's the other way around. Sorry. So we're saying the crime happened in the evidence room, which is at the police department,
Yeah.
but the body was found at the prosecutor's office parking lot.
Yeah.
So I got the direction wrong. Edgeworth drove from the police department to the prosecutor's office with the body in his trunk, according to our explanation.
Yeah.
But
Right.
how do you get a body from the evidence room into
To the
trunk
car.
in the basement?
Can you scroll
That's what
through
Kent
the
is
evidence
saying,
for-
basically.
for a bit?
Sorry?
Can you scroll through the evidence? Or
Yeah.
just go to the
I'm
next
actually
view?
pacing around in my room.
Yeah, he used the fingerprinting set that Emma gave us.
Mm.
He used a blue badger.
All of this shit has to do with like. Okay, so this is the
Oh, can we
security.
watch the video?
This is Jake stabbing Jenkins.
Jenkins?
Yeah, you're right. Meekins. No,
Oh,
wait.
Oh, sorry.
Uh,
Well, at least we can watch the video.
Man, it's been a while since we watched this one.
Yeah. We were all so different back then.
Astrid wasn't even a thought in my mind.
I was still in a relationship.
Oh. Yago lived in Turkey.
Did he?
I think so.
Yeah, I moved here in November.
Oh. Wow.
Everything was so different back then.
I still played Torn.
No, that's ancient.
Or even maybe even before I played Torn.
Could be.
Yeah.
Alright, I think we're back to the beginning of the. The rest of this is pretty much only about like SL9, so.
Yeah. I'm thinking.
I think we were having an extra difficult time because like we don't remember any of the dialogue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it
Like,
might be the
I'm gonna
glove.
present the parking ticket and
Oh,
Phoenix
no.
is going to talk about like things that people said
This might
1
be-
year ago.
This is gonna sound incredibly stupid. Can I read the description for the blue badger? He was allegedly dancing in the evidence room. He could have.
Not allegedly, we've seen
He
it
could
then.
have hit the body behind the stand and then wheeled him out into the car.
Those arms do look strong enough to lift and haul a body. Yeah, I don't know. Like, Chief Gant used Edgeworth to move the body, and that's like what
Oh, you can
Phoenix's
use that
dialogue is
person.
going. And we can't present people.
Yeah.
I'm thinking either Edgeworth's knife or Edgeworth's parking stub.
I think it's the parking stub.
Yeah.
It still leaves the question of, you know, the question that Gant brought up of how you get a body from the evidence room to the parking lot. It's a valid
Right.
question. I guess maybe that's
Maybe,
something afterwards.
like you said, maybe if we present this, it's gonna get them to talk more, and then things
Yeah,
will make
maybe.
more sense.
Alright, then I'm going with this one. Take that. This is how he moved Detective Goodman's body.
A parking stub? Miles Edgeworth.
You mean
Well, it worked, boys.
The poor guy wasn't even aware all this The body was found in the trunk of Mr. Edgeworth's car. I think it's obvious what happened. The body was moved by that car.
You mean I carried the victim's body?
It's actually so. That's why I don't have a driver's license.
But wait, even you know, I didn't plan on returning to my office after the ceremony finished that day.
But you did return. Tell me, why? So does that mean the ceremony wasn't... I'm getting confused. One
Yeah,
second.
me too.
This is where, undeniably, the body was found.
Yeah.
Testimony.
Oh my god, the recording has been paused for a long time. I'm so sorry.
It don't matter.
I guess this is me. Hold on.
You just started?
Yeah. I restarted it.
Oh? You've got it. I thought you sounded the manager that time.
Listen good, Lana. Fucking too long. I don't think we need to tell you this, but if you accept Mr. Wright's claim, there will be terrible consequences.
You threaten somebody in court?
Yeah.
That's right. Your sister will be found guilty for Neil Marshall's murder. This isn't good. Of course, we'd never support such outrageous claims anyway. Right? Just something to think about. Alright then. I've got a lunch date to meet.
Love when the judge blinks like that.
Okay, if there aren't any further objections, this court is now in recess. February 25th, 2:04 p.m. District Court, Manhattan Lobby number 2.
Wow.
This did take about 2 hours. That's
Yeah.
very accurate.
Yeah. My sweet baby boy, I love him. Hi.
Looks like we managed to stay in the game.
Thanks to your help, Edgeworth.
That chief, he's something else, eh, pals?
Detective Gumshoe, I love seeing you in this game.
I'm not a detective anymore.
Oh, yeah. Sorry about that.
You're
Don't
just a
worry.
dick.
I've already decided where to work now. At your office.
My office?
Sure. I'll take the place of that top-knotted girl you used to work with.
What do you mean? No.
My baby. Still, looks like we're all out of moves now. Chief Gant's done it again. How is it he always gets the upper hand?
Here, he has the right to refuse to testify.
Settle down, right?
The constitutional right.
Said.
Chief, there's not a right to be casually involved. Well, there are certain risks to be considered granted here.
Risks. What did he mean by that?
It's simple. If the chief refuses to testify, the opposite also holds true. You mean he forfeits his right to say anything too? Fuck! I'm 2 for 2 and getting it wrong.
Have awoken scientifically.
Emma, are you okay and scientific?
Yeah, when I came to, I was in the medical office.
How does it feel to be a murderer?
I've been listening to the trial from the gallery.
You heard everything that's been going on. Emma, I'm sorry for what I said before.
No, don't be. It was the truth. You know, it's funny. I almost feel somehow relieved.
Leave?
Yeah. Now I finally know what really happened. To think that all this time, my sister was being blackmailed by that terrible man. And she did it all just to protect me.
Ever since her appointment as chief prosecutor, everyone who knew her said she changed. Perhaps it was easier that way for her.
What do you mean?
What do you think I mean? To follow Chief Gant's orders. She must have shut herself up deep inside. To force herself to do anything and everything the Chief told her.
I see why she became so cold.
It was all my fault. It's all because I murdered Mr. Marshall.
It's actually manslaughter.
Oh yeah. Hey, don't go blaming yourself now. If you want to blame anyone, blame society, pal.
Damn.
Chief Gant may be able to fool everyone else with his forgery, but he can't fool my memory. I remember now. I knocked Mr. Marshall into that armor.
Alright. I see.
Well, we better get back. It's time for the final act.
Emma, why don't you wait?
No, I'm going with you. I want to be there. When Lana tells the truth.
Let's go, right? It's time to end this.
Thank fucking
Yeah, right?
To be ended.
God. Dude. If I ever do a tier list of Ace Attorney cases, Rise from the Ashes is on the absolute motherfucking bottom.
Let's finish the other games first and see if you still think the same.
Oh, okay.
But this is the longest,
Yeah,
so
this is by
let-
far the longest.
Like out of any of the games?
Yeah.
Oh.
I think the
Every
final case of the third game gets like close, but
yeah, I don't think like it quite reaches it.
it's also just
2:21
more
p.m.
interesting.
Yeah, more interesting as well. Like there's 3 separate crime scenes, 5 different murder weapons, and one like it's unwieldy.
Nothing. Will the defendant, Miss Lana Sky, please take the stand? I love you.
She's so fine. Miss Lana Sky, you are the chief prosecutor. I'm sure you're aware of what is required of you. But Mr. Edgeworth, you already know everything. You know all that I've done these past 2 years.
Oliver, but Mr. President.
You already know everything.
Even
Yes,
the
provide
person
the court with
doesn't
your
know what to
testimony.
say.
And remember, you're under oath. You want to hear the truth.
Because that stopped the murderers before from lying. Of course, the truth.
Lana, no matter what happens, I'll always be your sister.
Your fingers are really ugly on the desk.
Yeah.
Now then, your testimony, if you will. First, tell us about your relationship with Chief Gant.
Everything hinges on your testimony. You're the only chance we have to get Gant.
Witness testimony, Gant and the fabrication.
I worked alongside Gant for years. There's no truth to his blackmail theory. I fabricated the evidence 2 years ago all by myself. When I found Prosecutor Marshall's body, I rearranged the crime scene. My motivation was to get Dark protected. It had nothing to do with Emma.
Are you sure about this testimony?
What the fuck, man? Your Honor, I'm confessing confessing to a capital offense. Of course, I'm sure.
But Lana,
My fingers!
They look AI generated.
If this is true, then that means Chief Gant has nothing to do with this.
That's what I've been telling you from the beginning.
please, Mr. Wright, you've got to help her. She's sacrificing herself because of me.
What if she's telling you the truth?
She's not.
What the fuck?
I know my own sister.
Stop reading his
Get out of my head!
Whenever she speaks stiffly like that, she's hiding something inside. Deep down, she's really screaming in agony.
I want to see her scream. Yeah, this is no time to start second-guessing myself.
The defense may now begin its cross-examination. Cross-examination, get a hand the fan break.
I fabricated the evidence 2 years ago all by myself.
Yeah, I feel like that's where we have to present something, but what?
I mean, 2 years ago, the only thing that happened was dragging a body across a room. That's actually something you could do by yourself.
Yeah, that's true.
This is the part that gets my goat.
That, yeah.
So why would it have nothing to do with Emma? Which it clearly did, because we have already proven that the word Emma was written on that fucking thing.
Yeah.
We could present it. I mean, it says in the description, so.
It does say in the description, but, you know,
Didn't. Was it proven who wiped this off?
No, no.
no, it wasn't. But even if we're proven that Emma was written here, doesn't.
Yeah, okay, well,
It's
it,
true.
yeah, it wasn't officially proven, I guess. That's true.
No, not even officially. Emma could literally be written here. Still, in fact.
Well, yeah, but
And Lana said could not be disproven because you can't prove her in.
I guess that's fair.
Maybe that's not what the game is thinking. Because it goes deep into that sibling relationship. I don't know. Let's press it. You rearranged the crime scene. Are you sure you didn't do this to keep Emma from looking like the murderer?
How many times do I have to tell you, Mr. Wright? Emma didn't do it. Period.
Okay, so she still does claim that Emma didn't do it,
Yeah.
and that her actions had nothing to do with Emma being involved. That kind of changes. She still is protecting her sister. Are you so desperate to hide that fact? Going to risk that sentence?
Can we pause for 2 minutes? I have to go check my mail.
Sure.
Are we ready?
Yep.
Okay. She's lying. She did it so I wouldn't be blamed for what happened.
In any case, as a prosecutor would have done is unpardonable. There's nothing I can do to make up for my actions.
Mr. Wright, my sister's lying.
She's determined to protect you to the end. She fabricated the evidence by herself.
There's no way she could have done it alone.
Not to get Lana to talk more. She's lying. She's bound to slip up and make a contradiction. You so to help your sister?
Joe Dog was a serial killer. My sister
what she did was justifiable self-defense. She wouldn't have been charged with anything.
That's not the point. She was traumatized that day, all because of that creep. That's why I couldn't forgive him.
Is it me? Sorry, I'm putting something on Will's desk.
No worries.
So that's why you fabricated the evidence 2 years ago.
Get up. Axel, go. Up. Thank you. Good boy. Okay. Oh, jeez.
You did this all by yourself.
Yes. Did the mom pick up?
Yep.
Would you mind telling us what you found when you arrived at the crime scene? It seems I was the first person to discover the scene. The broken prosecutor award knife was stuck in the victim's body.
That's not what we were seeing, but okay.
Yeah, that doesn't look like it.
What? Prosecutor Marshall died from an unfortunate accident.
That's only a situation you dreamed was possible.
That's actually fair.
Yeah, we've just gotten really lucky with our guesses so far. The reality is, it wasn't my sister who took the prosecutor's life. Fantasize all you want, Mr. Wright, but I'll never change the statement. You mean Prosecutor Marshall wound up being killed by Doc? Something like that. If that is so, what happened to the other murder weapon? Doc was carrying a switchblade knife. Oh, that was lying on the floor a little distance away. It was probably knocked away in the struggle.
That's not how it went down. She's trying to cover up her lies with more lies.
All just to protect me.
So when you found a scene like this, what did you do? After all, this is what everything boils down to.
Yes. I broke off the tip of Dark's knife, planted it inside the wound, then moved the body.
New information. Planted the tip of Dark's knife in Dark's body? I guess
Why? Why would you do that? You of all people should know, Edgeworth. You've always had a good head on your shoulders.
I had it that bad. Yeah, I gotta ask for it. Wait a minute. My head isn't that bad, but maybe I ought to ask for the sake of the others.
Maybe it is that bad.
Alright. Why did you plant the knife versus why did you move the body? What do you guys think?
I think the first one, because the second one's kind of obvious.
Yeah, I'm thinking the same, like, she really has a motive. Oh, wait, like, is it currently the court's position that the murder actually happened on Janet's side and she moved it to her own side?
I think
Because,
so,
like,
yeah. I think
there's
that's
no
the
reason to do
consensus.
that.
I think
Like-
it's the knife.
Yeah, I'm actually thinking so as well, because, like, that's new information that we've never heard. We are still missing the tip of the knife, actually, in the court.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
like, this pertains to that, so I think this is a good question to ask.
Yeah.
Why did you do that?
Come now, Mr. Wright. You think you should be able to figure it out?
Very well, let's add this to the witness's testimony. The reason Miss Scar fabricated the knife.
I knew the tip of the weapon found buried in his body would be all the proof we needed.
According to your testimony, Peter Marshall's broken knife was the murder weapon, right? So, the award was the murder weapon, according to her.
at that might point the blame away from Dark. I felt the most effective way to get him convicted would be by having the tip of his knife found inside the victim's body.
Oh. Alright, what she's saying is she used Dark's knife to make it look like Dark killed Neil Marshall.
Yeah.
To make it like super obvious, he broke Dark's knife in Neil's body. That's the part she fabricated.
So you buried it inside the victim's stab wound.
Yes. Because I hated Dark for what he did.
Did we actually get the tip in the corner? Oh.
Just the tip.
Yep.
All we need is the tip. Ah,
I actually don't know where to go with this.
I don't
Me
know
neither.
what to do either.
Start pressing everything about.
Wait, can you...
How many years exactly?
Ever since I made Senior Detective, let's see, I was 24 then, so that would be 5 years.
Hey, Kane.
Detective Gantz and Detective Sky were legendary partners. I personally saw them testify in numerous cases.
Must have been good. Same school as me.
Damon Gant was a respectable detective, that's why.
What were you going to say, Kane?
Do we have a picture of the bodies? Like, of the sex
Mhm.
scene?
We don't.
Shit. Because that would have been proof enough that just the tip wasn't inserted.
No, that's only a flashback. It's not an actual photo.
Mm-hmm.
Think about it, Miss Sky. You didn't murder Detective Goodman. You told me as much yesterday in jail.
You still don't get it, do you, Mr. Wright? Any testimony you cannot present in court is used as societal gossip.
Yeah.
I stabbed Detective Goodman with a knife. And
You really pressed the.
wait. Was this knife used before? No, right?
I think it was already evidence because they were questioning him. They would not allow
Fuck.
knives to be on his body at the
I was
time.
thinking,
So,
like, why would there be blood on the knife if it wasn't used? And if only the tip was inserted into,
no, I mean, like, you can have the whole knife and break it in the body, I guess.
Oh
But
yeah, I was
beforehand.
thinking about that. I was just thinking she, like, tore it off and then put it in.
That's fucking disgusting. That means that this bitch has stabbed 2 dead bodies.
Yeah.
She's nasty.
Wait. If the tip was all she needed, why did she move the body?
I can't present anything to me.
Fuck! Man, I'm too smart for this game.
I know, I think we've talked about this before, but like all of us, like we overthink everything.
Yeah, can you
in this
scroll
game?
through the evidence?
Sure. these are like.
Wait,
Yeah, those are infinities.
wait.
Which one do you want?
Go to what's the that? Yeah.
That's from Bruce Goodman.
Oh yeah, that's not the thing.
Go to the
Well, what
second-
about the what's? Do we have Neil or do we have Neil Marshall's autopsy?
Yeah, I
what does it
think we
say?
do. I think we do.
What does it say?
Jesus.
Oh, stab him in the back.
I know all the evidence is like scroll.
It's, did
Cause of death,
Lana-
a single stab. So he didn't have 2 stabs in him. No.
My goodness. Well, you're a goddamn genius.
Yeah. Wait. Go back. It said something about the knife. In
Kill me when you fucking.
weapon found in wound was missing tip. So she did the exact opposite. She didn't plant the tip.
Okay, we have 2 contradictions here. Single stab wound and weapon found in wound was missing tip. Yeah,
Present it.
I'm going with it, but I'm going to say
Yeah.
I will bet.
Are- And let's also make sure that we're presenting it on the right thing that she's saying
I mean,
too.
I think
She's saying
this
that
is
it-
the right thing.
yeah, she's saying that she planted it in Neil's body.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. I'm just paranoid. That's all.
Yeah.
All right.
Objection!
No,
Oh, that didn't work.
we're too smart.
I'm just get out of this.
Wait, what?
Try the
How could you
other-
tell it didn't work?
Because the music.
I have a hunch.
Wait, no, you got. Is it like a certain sound effect where you know it's not right?
It says Kane said the music didn't stop. Every time you get it right, the soundtrack stops.
Oh, okay.
Maybe the next
Okay.
statement. Like I knew the tip of the weapon found.
Right,
in
but
his body.
new information we got. That's a good point.
Oh,
Oh. That's hard.
you don't have to load.
No, it's stupid. That's why we're loading, because it's stupid, Julian.
It's on record.
It's stupid.
It's stupid.
We are saying
We've
dummy
justified
load.
our
Maybe
actions,
we
but
are
we
s-
have no way of telling that to the devs.
Did she stab it in Marshall's body? Yeah, right.
Yeah,
What's
that's
that?
what she's talking about, Marshall's body.
Yeah,
All right. Yeah. Okay. No, we aren't stupid. Maybe present the knife.
Which
No,
knife?
I think it's the odd.
Like,
Dude.
what does this
Yeah.
contradict with?
I feel like we're on the right track, and
Yes, I think so.
but like.
Let's see your Phoenix's hint one more time.
Oh, so. Oh, we have to find. We have to find out that she wasn't the only one.
And Phoenix also says that we have to get her to talk more.
But we pressed on everything.
I think so, but not after we reveal the information. I'm just going to do the same with everything.
I think the fact that we already got new information is her talking more.
Yeah, that could be because the dialogue doesn't change, but I'm going to play it safe.
Ah. Ugh.
You can hold backspace, by the way.
I need to read because, like,
Oh yeah.
sometimes it's tricky with the dialogue. I didn't know that sort of thing.
I've forgotten to save quite a few times, I'm afraid. Wait, she is saying it was lying on the floor, but the autopsy report says the knife was found. Like, it has to be
That's
it.
funny.
Yeah. The autopsy says the knife was found in the body. And she says that it's being knocked away.
So this is the new information and I already pressed on it. This is the only one. These two are the only statements that I haven't pressed on after the new information. Yeah, that proves that we have to present something.
Yeah.
Well, only presented Neil's autopsy report, right? Nothing else?
Yeah, we only tried to
Yeah.
present that. What's that glove?
The glove is very
Is that from
circumstantial.
this one? Is that no? That's from this one. Look at this one.
It's from Deacon's stabbing.
Oh yeah, that's from. It's from the evidence room, right?
Yeah, when it fell
Yeah,
out.
it
Yeah.
was inside one of the cases, so we did like the safe requires normally that the assigned detective's fingerprint is the only thing that opens it, but the glove is so thin that it was able to block the locking mechanism on one of the safes. That it didn't actually require the locking. You could just show it up as closed. You just
God. I remember now, but like that feels like a lifetime ago.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
It was. Astrid wasn't born yet.
Bro, she wasn't even a thought. She wasn't even.
Yeah, like
don't know,
May
I could-
2023. Something.
Homegirl was
Yeah.
and wasn't even a little eggy yet.
Okay, you're pretty stuck pretty bad. I say we just save Scott here. It's pretty safe to see that this is the key statement because we unlocked this through pressing.
Yeah.
It wasn't here before. So let's try presenting things to this. Objection.
Okay.
Yeah, I can.
I hate this game.
Yeah.
No, I
You
don't hate
convinced
this
us
game.
to finish this case.
I know. I don't hate this game. I get really frustrated with it sometimes.
Try the cloth. Why not?
What'd you say?
The cloth.
The cloth.
Wait, didn't she have a statement where she said that Emma has nothing? Sorry.
It had nothing to do with Emma, and then okay, do that. Yeah.
Oh, that doesn't work.
Ugh.
That like how to present it as the wrong answer, because if you did that in real life, just presented vital evidence like that you found in someone's safe that clearly involved someone else, the case would take a whole different turn. You'd probably still find the right outcome.
Yeah.
Yeah, but this is Japanese storytelling, so.
I knew the tip of the weapon found buried in his body was wrong.
May you present the knife.
What tip? You don't have the tip.
Did we
He
try
showed
to
it.
the knife on this statement?
No, we didn't.
It's
And
also not the right one.
My God! Wait, what?
Oh,
Oh,
maybe, yeah,
you
maybe
have a
why did she move the body?
we show it up on the scene. Like, where exactly was the victim's body?
Right. Oh, sorry. It was... it was where you deducted it was by Chief Gant's desk. But the body was found by your desk. Why did you move it there? The reason for that is simple.
Let's have the witness explain this in more detail. The reason Miss Sky moved the body.
The pieces of the jar that shattered during the events threatens my plan.
And they threatened your plan because the word Emma was written on them.
Yeah. Press it, yeah, press it.
Pieces of the jar. You mean the blue badger?
Yes, that wretched jaw you showed us earlier. In order to show that Dark committed the crime, I felt it would be more expedient to move the body. So, when you first found the body, the jaw was already... Of course, it had been shattered to pieces. If you looked at the crime scene, it would be clear right away what happened. Neil Marshall was dead, and Dark was lying unconscious. In other words, the jaw must have broken during their struggle.
I see. What's the matter, Emma?
Apparently, the jar shattered at the time the crime was committed. But I have a feeling there's more to it than that.
Yeah, that means Marshall couldn't have written Emma on it.
There must be a contradiction in here somewhere.
Anyway, I give it this fabrication completely alone. Oh, no. I think I know. Wasn't there a piece of the jar in Gant's safe?
Yeah, but we don't have that as a separate piece of evidence anymore.
What the fuck? Maybe just the jar? Oh, yeah.
It's in the description.
Yeah. It's either on this statement or the one that says that I've fabricated everything by myself.
Yeah, I'm just going to present this. Both statements.
Yeah, sure.
Objection?
There you go.
Miss Sky, I understand how you feel. You committed that crime 2 years ago to protect your sister.
You mean the forgery of the crime at the scene where Neil Marshall was murdered?
If that truth were to be exposed now, the past 2 years of your life have been in vain. Even so, I am compelled to bring to everyone's attention a significant contradiction within your testimony.
Contradiction in my testimony.
You testified, and I quote, "The piece of the jar that shattered during the events threatened my plan."
That's right.
You have a problem with that?
A simple oversight, really. A message was written on this jar with the victim's blood.
Yes, the prosecutor
Exactly so. And this is where the contradiction lies. In order for the victim to be able to write his message on the jar, not yet have been broken before he died. Yeah, because it spans multiple fragments.
Yeah.
Fragment we found in the safe only has the E as part of the M. Couldn't have written Emma's name on a shattered jar. That makes sense.
Order, order!
Your Honor, it would appear more information is needed in regards to this jar and its bloody message. We may be missing something critical here.
Something critical?
We've been going for almost 4 hours, I think. Chief
We've
Prosecutor,
had a lot of breaks.
it seems you're as in the dark as we are about the truth towards which we're headed. What? Just tell us exactly what you saw. We'll piece together the information to arrive at the truth.
Very well, the witness may now continue her testimony. Witness testimony, jar and message in blood.
I immediately noticed the blood traces on the jar, but it was dark in the room and I didn't have time to check it out. To be safe, I wiped away all the blood. The fragments were large, so I'm sure I got them all. All I could think about was wiping them clean before you were discovered.
You were the one who wiped away the message in blood?
Okay, so she said that she's sure she got them all, but
One was in...
the biggest piece,
Yeah.
not the biggest piece, but the piece that has the biggest blood stain on it, we found in Gant's safe with the part of the M. So that suggests that even though she claimed she was the first at the scene, Gant was actually the first because he arrived first, grabbed that piece with the M on it, hid it in his safe for some reason, and then left. And then Lana arrived thinking that she was the first at the scene and wiped away the blood on all the pieces she could find. Because Emma was at the scene and she suspected that the pieces would incriminate her. So she just erased everything she could find. But there was one piece missing.
I wasn't chief prosecutor at the time.
She didn't think Dark was the real murderer. That's why she tried to erase the real evidence.
Very well, the defense may now begin its cross-examination. Cross-examination, jar and message in blood.
I immediately noticed... Oh wait, this is the cross-examination.
I was just thinking. Yeah, okay, so she couldn't read what was on it, but she, didn't want to risk getting Emma involved in the murder, so she just takes everything she could find.
Well, if she's saying that she was dark and she couldn't see what it was, then why did she wipe it? To be safe.
Because her sister was in the room, passed out. She's a suspect.
But if she couldn't see what was on, the previous statement says it was dark and I couldn't see what was on the jar.
Yeah, but okay. I didn't know your sister's name was written on the jar.
No, if I had known, I would have gathered all the pieces and ground them to dust.
That's half my case.
Anna, you'd do that for me?
Do my makeup yet?
Anyway, I just barely had enough time to move the body as it was. If someone happened upon the scene, we had little chance to erase the evidence. Must have been in a hurry.
This is rather shocking.
I'm afraid this action of yours reveals what really happened.
What do you mean?
You really thought Dark killed Prosecutor Marshall wouldn't have wiped away the blood.
Mana? No, you didn't, biatch.
How could you see the power out? Should have been pitch black in that office.
Detective is always prepared, Miss Wright.
And I carry a bottle of emergency luminol wherever I go.
Sure, buddy. I never miss anything. I got every last piece.
Right. That makes sense actually, like she's a detective, so she wouldn't be careless and miss a piece, which means piece was already missing. And the piece that we found is safe that she doesn't have access to.
Yeah.
Final fragment found in Chief Gant's safe. I'm thinking we should present this. Because she seems to be sure she got them all, but and present this. Sky, I believe this jar conceals a truth even you were unaware of.
What?
We found the final piece of this jar in Chief Gant's safe.
In the chief's safe. But how?
I knew it. She really didn't know. Something even more disturbing about that final piece. There was still blood on it.
The witness just testified that she gathered every last piece and wiped the blood off them.
Yes, which leaves us with only one explanation. The night Prosecutor Marshall was murdered, we're not the first one to show up on the scene. Chief Gant got there before you.
Couldn't the defendant have simply missed a piece?
I'm afraid that's unlikely. Pieces are too big for anyone to miss, let alone an ace detective.
May well be, but everyone makes mistakes. Even I once wasted an entire day looking for my dentures. My motto all along. Can you believe that?
Jesus Christ.
Have you forgotten, Your Honor? When this witness arrived at the scene, the jaw was already broken.
Oh, that.
There's no way a name could have been written on a shattered jaw. Another person was hurt at the scene prior to the witness.
I hope you're not implying this person was Chief Gant at the time he was looking downstairs. Like even if he was there first.
But question is, if he did arrive there first, why did he hide the fact for 2 years? Well, Your Honor, can you answer us that?
Right. Wait, I'm not one on trial here.
Damon Gant arrived at the crime scene prior to the witness. He proceeded to break the jaw and purposefully hit one of the broken pieces. Question: what is this action called?
Forgery! Fabrication of evidence?
But why would Chief Gant do that?
Neither what happened afterwards isn't clear.
What happened afterward?
Discovering the scene, Mona Sky believed her sister Emma killed the victim. Determined to help her sister, she sought Gant's aid. Lending her his aid, Gant helped her create evidence that incriminated Dark. Sparing Emma
Please, sis, stop trying to protect the chief. I can't watch you suffer anymore for my sake.
No, you didn't. It wasn't you, Emma. You didn't kill anyone. Don't believe anything Mr. Wright says. Defense attorneys make up the most foul lies to defend their clients.
Well, nice. Imagine that coming from my own client.
I guess you do seem the type who likes to twist the truth.
Wait a minute. What if... Still smack dab in the middle of Gant's trap?
Is something wrong, Mr. Wright?
Maybe right after all.
What do you mean, right?
So you do tell foul lies then, Mr. Wright.
Miss Sky, please testify once more.
But
If evidence was fabricated behind your back, then Emma's accidental killing of Prosecutor Marshall might also be a lie.
I do remember knocking over Mr. Marshall.
Miss Sky, if you will.
I can't. There's nothing to be afraid of him. This cross-examination may not change a thing. However, there is a possibility that it will, if you tell the truth.
That's a very smart move. Like, if you don't testify, Emma might say a murderer, but if you do testify, there's a chance that she's saved.
Yeah. Very well. I'll testify about what I really saw.
Alright. Witness may testify once more. For the final time.
We're sure giving her a lot of final times.
I know, dude.
This is the actual crime scene.
When I arrived, I found Mr. Marshall's body killed on that suit of armor sword. Emma and Doc were lying unconscious on the floor nearby. When I saw what had happened, I thought she did it. And that's why I erased all the evidence that linked her to the murder. And she can't help but remove the body from the sword and carry it. But if it all really was a fabrication, Emma might be innocent.
Okay. So, like, this sounds genuine, and she walks into the office, finds Neil Marshall impaled on the armor, and actually thinks that Emma might have done it, so she alters something in the crime scene, which involves wiping off the blood on the pieces of the jar.
Unbelievable. The body was impaled on the armor sword.
You were the only one who saw that. If only you had proof. Actually, I do have proof. I gave it to Mr. Wright just this morning.
What? To me?
It's a picture I took of the crime scene as I encountered it. Oh, now you're telling us. I thought it might be needed.
I don't remember receiving a picture like that.
You're
Lana
kidding
must
me?
have known. Dude, this... Oh my god. It's like infuriating. It's like... We're just spending hours trying to get her to, like, say, like, one more thing. It's like, for fuck's sake, just speak! God!
She's doing it for you.
Oh my god. See, Mr. Wright, she really does have faith in you.
Well, Mr. Wright, please present this picture.
I don't remember receiving any pictures from Lana.
Lana said she gave it to you this morning, right?
I seem to remember getting something from her then.
Let's check that evidence again. There must be a picture in there somewhere.
It's in the book.
Considering that we began this trial in this session, I'm pretty sure we all agree that this is the only thing we Lana this morning.
Has to be.
Theo, that's the sound chicks make in Japanese.
Oh.
Hey, there's a picture here.
This would have been convenient to have.
Oh. Oh my. This is the actual crime scene.
No, other detectives saw the crime scene with this. Because I contacted Criminal Affairs after I had
Picture insert into record. Lana's picture, crime scene photo from the case 2 years ago taken. Very non-English sentence.
I was gonna say that that's very English. Mr. Wright! That piece cut out from his vest? Could that be?
Could that be?
the claw.
Whoa.
What we found inside Chief Gant's safe? What's this? This.
This is a handprint, isn't it? That cloth. It had fingerprints on it. Oh, and he didn't tell her that it was hers.
Yeah.
Whose ever fingerprints those are must be the real murderer. Oh, bitch.
Oh, that's a word.
Oh, God.
What? Those fingerprints. They're yours, Emma.
Why are your lips turning all purple, Mr. Wright?
Oh, now you can read it. Anyway, let's get on with the cross-examination. So as long as you tell the truth, we should be able to flush out the real murderer.
Oh, the defense may now begin its cross-examination. Cross-examination, actual crime scene.
When I arrived, I found Mr. Alright.
Ugh.
Come now, Eddie. This is the poorest excuse for a trial I've ever seen. God. What, now you want to make me out as the bad guy too? So I'd like to put in a word or two in my defense.
I'm afraid it's too late for that.
What?
You already declined to testify. You should forfeit your right to make statements of any sort.
See that rest we were talking about earlier.
Just sit back, relax, enjoy the sound of the noose tightening around your own neck.
Holy shit.
That's
Those are
that goes so what? You think I'm worried? Sorry to disappoint you, but I don't need to make any statements.
What do you mean?
Evidence will do all the talking for me. Even if I can't testify, I can still present evidence.
Yes, that's true. Wait, you mean you still have some conclusive evidence?
No, I don't, but someone does.
Someone?
So, what's your excuse? I hope. Why have you been keeping quiet about it? You do have something to show us, right? Something that proves who knocked over Neil Marshall causing his death. Conclusive evidence that leaves no room for doubt.
Is this true, Mr. White?
If I show that piece of evidence now, Emma's sure to be made out as the.
Mr. White, if you have any more evidence, send it now. And if you try to conceal anything, you will be the one appearing before the Board of Inquiries.
What do I do now? I'd better think this through carefully. I can't afford to make the wrong decision. Should I present that piece of evidence? And that shows really he killed Prosecutor Marshall? Okay, so this is the only
What?
thing we've seen that's like the closest to the actual murder.
Well, let's see. Because there's also the cloth, but
Yeah, so the only thing this picture proves was Neil Marshall was indeed killed by the armor, which implies someone pushing him into the armor.
yeah,
Right.
the cloth.
Yeah, okay, but
Emma's handprint, which
so
implies she pushed him.
what? And so, why was the picture taken after the leather piece was cut out instead of
You'll have to
before?
ask Lana.
Like the
Okay,
time.
so there are two
weird
possibilities.
to me.
But wait.
That's an interesting point. So Lana arrives at the scene.
Instead
And-
of immediately taking a picture, she cut his vest first.
No. She
No,
did
that's
it.
not necessarily true because
It was in Gansey.
another possibility is the cloth was already cut out of the vest
Yeah.
before she arrived at the scene. I'm not saying you're wrong, but there are two possibilities.
There are two
Either
possibilities.
Lana cut the vest, or someone else cut the vest before then, which is Emma.
Who was
or-
unconscious, by the way.
Yeah, I mean, she probably was. Someone else who arrived at the scene before Emma. And that would be Gant because
Yeah.
you already proven that Lana missed a piece of the jar that was hidden by Gant because it was his safe that piece was hidden in.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
So there are two possibilities. Either Gant cut the vest, Lana did.
I'm thinking it's Gantz because it was in the safe and she wasn't aware
Right.
of the piece being in the safe, so she probably wouldn't be aware of the cloth being in the safe as well.
I'm gonna ask you guys again because I have an idea and I would like to hear your opinions on the picture where I make my
Sure.
statement.
My theory, and I'm gonna go just also a little bit beyond the picture. I think Gantz took the piece of cloth, hid it in his safe, as well as the piece of the jar, and pressed Emma's hand on the piece of cloth to
While she was
blackmail her.
sleeping.
Yeah. It's like blackmail Lana and Emma into believing that Emma was the one who killed Marshall.
That's fair.
I think it was Gant who did it.
You do or you don't?
Gant, who did what? What do you mean?
I think Gant was the one who cut the.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's what
I can
Julian
prove it
was
based
saying.
on this picture. Yeah, so
Julian was saying that he thinks Gant cut it out, and then while Emma was unconscious, before Lana came into the room, Gant placed Emma's hand on it so that it would have Emma's handprint on it.
Yeah, that's the motive, right? But I can prove it based on this picture on itself.
How?
Because there's blood on the shirt.
Oh yeah, but there's blood on the vest as well, but not on the cloth.
Oh.
Oh yeah, exactly. So, let's say Gant arrived first, and Neil wasn't actually dead yet. There was a handprint on the vest. Gant cuts it out.
Yeah, okay, he must have started bleeding after the vest was cut.
Exactly. So Gant puts the body on the armor. Neil starts bleeding from the mouth, which produces this exact blood splatter. That's only possible if the vest was cut before he actually died. So, since the cut piece of the vest was found in Gant's safe, it's only possible that Gant actually put him on the armor.
Yeah.
So, let's go with that.
Okey-doke.
I think I don't remember the rest of the sentence, but Phoenix is looking for evidence to prove Gant is the actual murderer. I think this is the only piece of evidence that's capable of doing it.
Okay.
I say we show evidence.
Yes.
But wait,
What?
I've been okay. So my theory hinges on the fact that we actually have the cut piece of the vest. But we shouldn't have that, right?
Why not?
Because we broke into the office.
Well, we've already revealed that we did.
No, we didn't.
We showed the jar.
Huh.
And remember, we talked about
We
the
said that we
safe's password
Oh,
being
yeah,
the
that too.
7-7.
No, but Gant already talked about the jar piece before we did, I think.
No, I remember Edgeworth made a comment like being like, yeah, and we're gonna hold Phoenix to the full extent of the law for breaking into the frickin' office, but we'll
Yeah,
have to do that later.
Yeah, like I'm not saying we aren't in the wrong here, but did he talk about the jar piece beforehand?
I don't think
I'm
it-
trying to
I don't
remember.
think it matters, because it's like Julian said, we already have done things that have shown that we broke into the office, so I don't think it matters anymore.
They were saying we should show evidence.
Yeah.
I'm saying we shouldn't, but
Well, okay, but then what was the whole point of you going over the picture if you're not going to show the evidence?
because like the court wouldn't recognize it.
Because we
I
haven't
wasn't
shown.
sure.
You're saying the
Of
court
course they
wouldn't
would recognize.
understand. The court wouldn't understand the picture because we haven't shown the cloth. Is what you're saying.
Yeah, I mean we do have a cloth that fits, but we could have made it. Oh,
You do what you want to do because it sounds like you have an idea.
I might be wrong. I've been wrong in our sessions.
I know where
I don't remember everything about the case.
I know what you're thinking. However, I don't think... Like, if anything, they'll say it's not relevant to the case. But I don't think they're gonna say, oh, but you could have just made that cloth up anyway. That seems a little
Okay, so
too out.
both of you still think we should show this photo.
Yeah.
Don't we?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Yes, Your Honor, I do have further evidence.
All right, the time's finally come to show it to them. Those prints have got to be the chief's. Oh fuck.
Now then, let's see this conclusive evidence. The evidence that shows who actually murdered Prosecutor Marshall.
Photo?
Yeah, I think it's...
Yeah, I think it's the photo.
Check that.
No, I can't.
Why?
I can't show them.
Why not? You know which item to show.
Mr. Wright, if you're not sure, then think it through again. How can you use that evidence to your advantage? Oh, so I guess we do have to show the cloth.
No.
But then be like, but actually...
Just think carefully. Can't afford to make the wrong decision. Can I present that piece of evidence? And it shows who really killed Prosecutor Marshall?
He was asking me if you should show the cloth, and he wasn't saying should I show evidence. That makes sense. Yeah, then I would have said cannot show evidence.
Okay, my stance hasn't changed. So, that was 2-1.
I don't think... Yeah.
Your Honor, I don't have any evidence I can present at this point in time. What? You lie.
Chief Grant, you opened my safe. I know you took what was inside. The conclusive evidence.
Oh, we're gonna make him commit that it was relevant?
What you're talking about?
Mr. Wright, why don't you show them? We found it together.
Oh, I see. It's because you know the truth, don't you? You know whose fingerprints are on it. That's why you won't present it.
What are you talking about, Chief Gant?
Can't you figure it out? Take a good look at this picture. See the victim's vest? Notice anything odd about the chest area?
Looks like part of it's been cut out for some reason.
You mean you have this in your safe?
What? That means you, the chief of police, have been concealing evidence. This is going to be the biggest scandal in the history of police department. Foaming at the mouth.
Impressive. To be honest, I didn't think you had the gal, right-ho? Well, I can't just let you pin me up as the murderer. I'll tell you what really happened.
What? Admit to it?
We've been going for like 5 hours.
Close game. Hang in there. I was the first person to arrive at the crime scene that day. It occurred to me that I could use the situation to control Lana. I can't believe I'm saying this shit.
So you really were manipulating her.
I knew Lana. I made it look like Blade with her sister. But when she saw the scene, she would ask me for my aid.
So you assisted Miss Sky.
I told her to arrange all the evidence. I had her plant the knife tip in the victim's body and move the body across the room.
And I ended up using the evidence to get Joe Dog convicted.
When I tampered with the crime scene, I had 2 pieces of evidence. This was before Lana arrived at the scene, mind you. 2 pieces of evidence. In those items in your safe.
But why?
For insurance, of course. Insurance? I'm sure my plan would work, but it's always best to be prepared for the worst. I wasn't about to let anyone blame me for a murder girl committed.
You were calculating that far ahead while forging the evidence?
They take me for a fool. I didn't make police chief by dumb luck. See this jar fragment? I get the most legible part of Emma's name. I didn't expect Lana to go and wipe the blood off all the pieces.
But if you fabricated all the evidence, what's to say you didn't fabricate the message on this jar too?
Fair question. Some people just don't know when to quit, do they? That's why I kept one more item for insurance.
You mean that piece of cloth?
Come on, Raito, cut it off already. I know you have it.
What are you waiting for, Mr. Wright?
So, you admit to it then, Chief Gan. That you were hiding the cloth you cut off the victim's vest in your safe. Yes, I admit it. I didn't want to have to do that, being chief and all. And it's a lot better than being portrayed as a...
Well, Mr. Wright, what do you have to say for yourself? Just a moment ago you said you didn't have any evidence you could present.
Foolish move, Raito. You should have shown it then, before it was too late. In a long battle. But the moment of truth has finally arrived. As long as I don't mess up here, victory is mine.
Now we show the picture.
Do we?
I think so.
I don't have an opinion.
I don't know, it doesn't change the fact that we were breaking into his office. Still feels like an illegitimate piece of evidence to be presenting. But we haven't presented other pieces before that we found in that safe. I don't know. Yeah, I'm not convinced because, like I said, like, it's not a legitimate piece of evidence. It does seem incriminating that we found it in a safe, but I'm pretty sure I remember he mentioned this before. They didn't mention this one before. So we were able to get away with this. I'm not sure we would be able to get away with this thief.
Why don't we... The cloth's already out there. Why don't we shoot a picture?
We've never presented it. No one's brought it up.
Sorry? What did you say?
We haven't presented it,
Yeah.
the cloth, and no one's brought it up.
No, they did bring it up.
Should we present it?
I think we should picture now. Because we just got Gant to admit that he hid the cloth in his safe.
But you're saying we should present the picture.
Yeah.
That's not what you found in the safe.
No, I know. But because he admitted to hiding the cloth, that means because the blood came through Sherpenal on the cloth, that Neil was not on the sword when the cloth was found.
Do you have any opinions, Emily?
I don't know. I'm becoming very frustrated with this game.
Okay, so I'm going to metagame a little bit, and it's been forever. I don't remember what the correct decision is, but like my instinctual opinion is that we still don't show the evidence.
Why?
But we're at a tie because Ken says we should show evidence at this point. I say we shouldn't, and you're undecided. So, vote-wise, we are undecided. But we've already done this choice. Like, we already had a choice where we were asked for evidence and we refused once. Like, game design-wise,
I don't think you should.
I think like this is the point
I think
where
you
we bring it up now.
I wish it was a dialogue history because I'm pretty sure Phoenix said like, okay, now I got you to admit that. As long as I don't mess up here, I win.
It did say, as long as I don't mess up, history is mine.
Yeah. That's
And there is dialogue history in other installments in the game, which is like a long time coming.
Yeah. That's why I'm thinking you do present it here, like also because of the reasons I said, but metagaming, like why would you do nothing now?
Okay. Like metagaming wise, I do agree. So I guess it is.
Metagame.
Yeah, I'm cheating, but like, yeah, like from a game design point, it doesn't make sense that we withhold evidence twice in a row.
Okay.
Let's do it. Your Honor, I do have evidence to present now.
Alright then, let's see this conclusive evidence. The evidence that shows who actually murdered Prosecutor Marshall.
Oh, I think you were right the first time that like you couldn't
Oh
present
my god.
the picture because Gant could just be like, okay, but maybe you put the cloth in my safe and you just said you found it there. But now we got Gant.
If you're
to
talking
admit-
about the safe,
Can
cloth
we
is
just
more rough.
try it, please? Can we just do something?
No,
Yeah, like we have to try something at this point. Like there's no
Yeah.
hanging out, and we only have two options. And I feel like the cloth is more relevant because we actually found it at Gant's safe, whereas this picture was taken by Lana.
yeah, but we
Yeah.
got Gant to admit that he hid the cloth in the safe himself.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like this is more relevant to Gant. Like,
Yeah, but that doesn't prove anything.
what do you mean? Like the photo proves that a piece of cloth was
Yeah,
cut out before
but
Neil Marshall was killed.
because the shirt is
The
bloody.
cloth itself, the description proves that it was found in Gant's safe,
Can you
not
press-
anywhere else.
Can you press enter? Can you check?
Can you present? What?
Enter. Check.
Oh, sure.
And just
1 second. Emma?
Skip through the dialogue.
Oh my fucking! You're gonna make me read it. This is a handprint, right?
Yeah, someone left behind a stain.
An oil.
Behind an oil stain on the fabric. Whatever it was, they must have had a really oily hand. You wash your hands, Emma.
Mr. Wright, think about it scientifically.
Huh?
A more likely explanation is the person slipped and fell on a freshly waxed floor, getting wax all over their hand.
That would account for this amount of oil, I guess. I don't see what's so scientific about it, though.
It happens, you know. I always slip on floors at school after they're waxed.
Can you look at the back?
Sure.
Yeah. See, there's no blood. But if you look at the picture, like the crime scene picture, there is blood both on the shirt but also on the jacket. This means that Gant, the order of operations is Gant cut out the cloth, then hung up Marshall's body, and then hit the cloth in the safe.
Can we just present the cloth, please? For the love of God.
Oh,
Let me verify this once more. On the day of the crime, you personally cut out this piece of the victim's vest? Oh yes, at last you finally brought it out into...
The handprint on this piece of cloth.
Your Honor, the prosecution requests that be immediately sent to the lab for analysis. This handprint on the leather, there must have been a strong impact for it to be left so clearly.
Oh, you mean...
It could not have been forged. It must be authentic, conclusive evidence. So I think I know where this is going.
We're slow on the uptake as ever, Worthy. Think about it. Saito had all this time to present this evidence. Yet he was reluctant to do so. Why would that be?
You mean you already know? You know whose fingerprints are on that?
Mr. Wright, do you really know?
Whoever the fingerprints belong to might be the real murderer. Whose fingerprints are they?
Very well, I'll tell you. It should be okay now.
Yeah,
Everything's hitting as predicted.
I'm once again
The
too
person
smart
to
for this
whom
one.
these fingerprints belong to is... We have done the fingerprint test, so...
Emma? Emma Sky?
What? They're mine?
I'm sorry, Emma.
But why? Why didn't you tell me?
You're really something, Righto. You knew this girl did it all along. And you still tried to pin the murder on me.
It's true. Tragic, but true. Startled. They did shock Prosecutor Marshall to his death.
How could you? You monster!
Sky!
You knew whose fingerprints those were all along, yet you acted like you didn't.
Sky, it's not over yet. I said this trial isn't over yet.
Are we fucking serious right now?
But I'm afraid it is over, boy. Not only this trial, but your career too. You purposely concealed this conclusive evidence. That, my friend, is a serious offense. I'm looking forward, pressing charges after the defendant is convicted. I'll have your badge, boy. What's the matter? Cat got your tongue? Aren't you going to tell us how it feels? What it feels to be the one who single-handedly and the poor little girl to murder? Before I do that, there's just one little thing I have to clear up. Oh, and what's that? Who really killed Prosecutor Neil What? Chief Gant, you're absolutely right. This piece of cloth proves who the real murderer is. Who killed Neil Marshall, you ask?
It was Emma Sky, wasn't it?
I'm afraid that's not possible. You see, this piece of cloth contains a critical contradiction.
What?
Yeah,
Contradiction?
blood on it because I'm so fucking smart.
What is this fool babbling about? I'm talking about a contradiction, and that proves who the real killer is.
You're still right. This piece of cloth. Could it possibly contradict?
Chief Gant, your tyrannical reign ends here. Behold, a piece of evidence that contradicts this cloth.
I'm so fucking glad the other games are like a little bit more consistent in this.
This is the only
Yeah.
piece of evidence
Yeah.
relevant to the cloth, so...
Ugh.
And what exactly is this supposed to be? This is the picture Miss Sky took. Take a good look at it. Where the piece of his vest was cut out?
It is showing underneath. It's hard to make up with all the blood on his vest, though.
Exactly my point. It's just a soak with blood. That's only natural. Lungs no doubt are punctured. Blood poured out of his mouth.
That piece of cloth. Wait. There's no blood on it.
Thank fucking God.
Oh.
Since Emma Sky's fingerprints are on the cloth, there's no doubt that she shoved the prosecutor aside. However, Sir Marshall was not impaled on the sword at that time. No, this is nonsense! Helen, Chief Gant, let me ask you something. Prosecutor Marshall was not impaled when he was shoved aside.
He most likely hit his head on the ground and was knocked out.
If so, then tell me, who could it have been? Could have arrived at the scene before Miss Lana Sky, picked up the unconscious prosecutor, and impaled him on the armored sword.
And then, to make it look like Emma was responsible for the prosecutor's death, the said person proceeded to write her name on the jar with the victim's blood. Once again, something I predicted, but then said was a dang and wrong thing. I didn't know. I actually forgot this happened. A jar that they then broke on purpose to leave behind as a clue. And make Lana believe her sister did it.
I mean, what you admitted only moments ago?
Oh, wait, no,
That
this
you
is- it does
personally
happen.
cut out the bloodless piece of the victim's vest? Ironic, isn't it? For the very act of creating insurance, you proved that you were the actual murderer. It's finally all over.
Objection. Fucking hell, of course. Who? Oh.
Oh. That was close, Reto. You almost had me. Sorry, but you'll have to do better than that. I refute your allegations.
You refute his allegations. See, a piece of law. This is legal evidence.
Present the book. Present the book.
What
Present the book.
nonsense is this?
Legal evidence cannot be used to convict a suspect. Remember Aji?
Book.
Earlier on, Russia here concealed that piece of law. What's your excuse, Russia? You do have some conclusive evidence, don't you? Your Honor, I don't have any evidence I can present at this point in time.
That's true. The defense did refuse to present evidence.
At that moment, the piece of cloth needs to be legal evidence.
It's not. My mic didn't pick up. But that's not fair.
Also not true.
You actually think you could best me in court?
Also, holy shit.
Looks like the last loss on you, son.
Can you imagine if someone was like all but convicted and their only plea was that evidence is illegal actually?
I'm afraid that would actually work, and Mr. Gann's claim is legally correct.
Is there? Oh wait, there is such a thing as illegal evidence. IRL, yeah.
Well, Mr. Edgeworth,
True. Illegal evidence cannot be used to convict a person, assuming, of course, that the evidence is indeed illegal.
Well, Mr. Wright?
Seems at last. The time for me to reveal my plan finally arrived.
Mr. Wright, do you admit to it? That you purposefully and illegally concealed this piece of cloth?
I did not.
Yeah, because it's not illegal. Right?
We did conceal it
Yeah.
illegally.
Yeah.
No. Yeah, I did not.
Legally. And that's just the thing
We're at full
I feel
health.
unsafe with for this game.
I did.
I did not illegally conceal this evidence. I admit I refused to present it at one point. So the evidence is illegal. Objection. No, it isn't, Mr. Gann. Huh? It's not that I didn't present evidence then, that I couldn't.
Oh,
What do you mean you couldn't?
that's true, because it wasn't relevant to the case.
There are certain procedures involved when presenting evidence. Oh, gee, that both isn't to his lies. Nothing but a coward you can't really believe.
There's only one issue left to be resolved in this trial. Is this evidence legal or not?
Well, let's settle this once and for all. Earlier, you refused to present evidence.
Also, that's not.
If you can prove your conduct was not in violation of the law,
Well,
then do so now.
That's not
What
the
does the
only
book
question
say?
technically left in this trial. I mean, there's a gap between when Emma pushed the victim and when the victim died.
I mean, it's relevant to the case on
So,
trial.
okay.
Also,
So it wasn't
Hey.
registered. It wasn't registered evidence, right? So
Yeah, therefore Rule 2.
since it was unregistered evidence, I am guessing that
If we presented it before,
Phoenix is gonna say that he's gonna like lean on rule number 2,
Yeah.
like no, like he's gonna be like, no, I had to wait until it was exactly relevant.
Yeah,
like,
yeah. If we presented it before Gann said he hit it himself, then it would have been illegal. Then it would have been charged or deemed irrelevant, therefore illegal evidence. Therefore, Gann could not be
Right.
convicted.
Okay. So we're gonna present the book.
Yeah.
Right? Okay.
this is my proof, Your Honor. Evidence law. What's this? I've done my homework too, Chief.
Which consists of reading a
It-
children's book.
Emma Sky's fingerprints were on this piece of cloth. However, at that point in time, this was merely a piece of cloth, nothing more. What? You see, it's written right here in this book. Second rule of evidence law.
Rule number 1. No evidence shall be shown without the approval of the police department.
I found this piece of evidence myself, inside your safe. Because without saying, I did not have approval from the police department.
Rule number 2. Unregistered evidence presented must be relevant to the case on trial.
And here's the crux of the matter. You see, at the time it was impossible for me to prove the relevance between the cloth and the SL9 incident. What kind of nonsense is this? You want relevancy? Just take one look at this picture and objection. Sorry, but can you recall when was that picture presented?
It was shown only a few moments ago.
So,
He's right. At the beginning of today's trial, that piece of cloth is still meaningless.
the person who gave it value as evidence was you, Demigan.
You yourself confessed to certain truth.
Let me verify this once more. On the day of the crime, you personally cut out this piece of the victim's vest left? Oh, yes. No.
It was then that you approved this cloth. This conclusive evidence. Yes, you, the chief of police, personally approved this cloth.
The only person who could have cut from the victim's vest. The one who stood before Prosecutor Marshall in his final moments. Not the word, real murder. There's only one person who that could be. Damon Gant, the killer was you!
Holy crap!
I knew I should have gotten rid of him. That good for nothing. 2 years has been snooping around the department trying to get something on me.
Because you killed his brother, you piece of shit.
Crimes are being committed every day, yet he insisted on pounding me.
Well, your crime wasn't exactly petty.
You wanted to reinvestigate the case. You recruited Angel Star and then convinced Chris Goodman. Detective Goodman? Yeah, that's right. It was Marshall.
The evidence is transferred.
Oh.
If the evidence is transferred, I'll lose my only chance to find out the truth. Please, you've gotta help me,
Bambina.
partner.
Bam. Goodman turned him down, as he ought to. Still, Marshall didn't know when to quit.
He stole Goodman's ID card and tried to take the evidence.
Goodman came to me that day. He wanted to find a lost item. I went with him to the evidence, and all of a sudden, he decided to speak out. What are you talking about, Goodman? Can you please reopen the investigation, Chief? We can't transfer the evidence out. There are too many questions left unanswered.
I killed him.
He opened his evidence locker. As he was taking the evidence out, he said, It's not too late. I'm going to hand all of this over to my...
Why do you make him sound like a nerd?
Well, to be honest, I was a bit taken aback by his words. A bad feeling when he came to see me. And I never thought I'd bring up SL9. That's when I saw it. And a cursed
You
knife.
didn't have to do any of this, by the way. You could have just confessed to the SL9 murders and then not to these murders.
I couldn't just pull it out.
Oh.
Doing so would have only led to more blood, making it near impossible to hide your crime. Oh, wait, no, we kind of, like, yeah, we were in on it for this part. Yeah.
Even so, the blood was just pouring out. I didn't know who might stumble in, so I hurried to... I was worrying so much about the floor. I didn't realize my fatal mistake. Bloody handprint on Detective Gumshoe's locker. I used to be known as the crime computer. But everyone has just started somewhere, I guess. I was too nervous. I had no business doing any of it.
Then you put the body in my car.
I'm sorry. I couldn't think of any other way to... I broke your trunk, but what's the big deal? You make a lot more than us detectives ever. Leaving the prosecution's car aside, how could you get Miss Kite involved in all of this? Well, she had as much to lose as I did if the truth came out.
So you took the evidence from Detective Goodman's locker.
I felt bad for having to do it. I also didn't have the time to pick and choose what to take. So, you left the jar fragments and the glove. Yeah. Looks like I was better off being an investigator of crimes than a committer. They all did their best to get in my way. I've got to hand it to them. They do their jobs well. Much to my dismay.
Fake evidence doesn't hold up very well upon close examination. You must have known that.
Tell me, Worthy, why do you stand in court?
Me?
You despise criminals. I can feel it. You and me, we're the same. One day you'll understand. Oh, and believe me, you will. You're just one man. You'll see what it really takes to bring them down. Once you try to go it alone. Well, looks like it's time to say goodbye. Oh, and Aji? What? Looks like we'll have to cancel that lunch date. Sorry, old friend. I'm sorry too, Lemingant. I knew you as you used to be long ago. You were once a fine investigator, an example to others on the force. I am sorry to learn that you are no longer that person. Those days are long gone now. Gee. Thanks for all the memories, though. Don't worry, you'll be fine. Now that you have Ryko here, and Worthy, these two around, you can't go wrong. In fact, I can hear them already. Melodious sounds, the new beginning. Two things I want you to understand. First, your sister never hurt anyone. Second, Immigrant betrayed you from the beginning. You see, Miss Sky, you no longer have any reason to keep silent.
You're right. When this trial is over, I'll tell everything. All that I've done these past 2 years. The time I got to help me forge evidence up until today. Everything.
So, it seems all the questions raised in this trial have been answered.
I'm sorry, Miss Sky. I couldn't get you out of all of your trouble.
My. What high standards you have for a rookie. I can see why Mia thought so highly of you. Who knows? A few years from now, you just might make it to the top.
Aw, she's so cute.
New pose! I owe you my thanks, Mr. Wright.
Miss Sky,
And to you too, Mr. Edgeworth.
She didn't smile, she just fucking made her.
You've suffered every bit as much as I have over these past few days. Believe me, I know how much of an ordeal it's been for you. Yeah, tell me about it. It was nothing.
liar.
I was worried the pressure would break you. And yet, you rose above it all and guided Mr. Wright to victory. You've done well, Mr. Edgeworth. Stop it. I only did my job.
How did I?
Much of this case seems a good self-examining is in order for all of us. Miss Sky,
Yes, Your Honor.
you are innocent of murder. However, although the chief blackmailed you, the fact is you still acted as his accomplice. A trial will be scheduled for these crimes at a later date.
Please
Yes.
tell me we don't have to
I
fucking do
understand,
it.
Your Honor.
There's something amusing about all this. Why are you smiling?
It's been a long time, Your Honor. A long time since I felt free of these
Her-
heavy chains.
Her face, she looks like an anime mom that's about to die.
I mean, as far as the purpose of this game is concerned, she might as well be.
Yeah.
Aw.
Well, this trial has gone on far too long already.
Yeah, tell me about it.
Agreed!
This is
Regarding the Troy murder,
all of it has been over for 2.5 hours.
Oh
And
my
this
that's
god.
court finds the defendant, Miss Lana Sky,
We've been going since like
Out.
7:30, I believe.
Guilty.
So that's 5 hours.
Yeah! Yeah! It's over!
that is all. This court is adjourned.
Oh my god, we're
Ah.
free.
Ah!
Remember how I said yesterday that we would do the tutorial case for King 2?
No,
Yeah, that's all
We're
I
not.
Get
did.
it away from me! Get it away from me!
but like honestly, good job, all of us.
Yes.
Oh my fucking
I'm
god.
so proud of us.
Ugh.
Yeah,
Ugh.
this is no like simple task.
February 25th, 5:03 p.m. District Court defendant lobby number.
When are we going to get a standard on whether we're using like the 24-hour standard or the 12-hour standard?
Yeah, yeah.
Come on, last. It's finally over.
Fucking song! Oh.
Emma,
Uh,
why the long face? I'm sorry your sister didn't get completely off the hook. But at least she wasn't convicted for a murder she didn't commit.
no, that's not it. Just now, after the trial ended,
I can see when Mayor Faye thought so highly of you. I owe you my thanks, Mr. Wright. too, Mr. Edgeworth.
I love how he just like deadpan, like doesn't even flinch.
You've suffered every bit as much as I have over these past few days. You've done well.
It should have been me, not him.
Aw.
You know, I did my best too. But Lana didn't say a single word to me. Hope I'm not interrupting anything, pals. Oh, guess I am. I'll come back later.
Wait, Detective Gumshoe, what is it?
You're doing this on purpose, aren't you? Making a detective run around while on duty. And to top it off, you call me here? I've seen happier people at funerals. Hey, lighten up, pals. I'm only kidding. Oh, are you here because of my sister again? Nope, not this time. I came today because of you, pal. Me? That's right. I thought you'd like to see someone. Lana!
Should you be doing this? She's still under arrest, you know.
Well, I won't tell if you won't.
Emma, I owe you an apology.
It's okay, sis. Don't worry about it.
That day, 2 years ago. Was the first time in my life I ever panicked. It was all I could do to keep myself from screaming. All I could think about was keeping you from getting wrapped up in that mess.
Sis,
I was scared to cover up the truth. I thought I was doing it for your sake. Now, I realize I was wrong. I changed after that day. I had to. It was the only way I could make it through the past 2 years. I knew how much I was hurting you by distracting myself. I couldn't bring myself to tell you what I did. I was scared. Scared that you'd look at me with those eyes of yours. Scared how you'd react if you knew.
you were only doing it for me.
No.
Huh?
I turned my back on you that day. In hiding what I believed to be the truth, I was deceiving you.
Sis,
I'm such a fool. It took me all this time to realize it. I'm so sorry.
but sis, you don't have to apologize. I'm happy now.
You're happy?
Of course. You know, sis, I always knew that one day you'd come back. And now you have.
Oh, Emma. Emma.
Boo.
What the hell, Emily?
No one can change the past. The only thing we can do is try to make up for our mistakes. Why must we make up for our mistakes? You ask? In so doing, we'll find the way back to our rightful path. Because from there, we can move on toward a brighter future. At least, what I felt. Watching the two sisters, I felt. Not Mr. Edgeworth, but just Edgeworth.
Yeah.
Edgeworth?
In the corner somewhere. Stop hiding and come over here.
What the fuck? Is he like stalking?
Where was he hiding?
I just
Aw.
came to say congratulations. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Edgeworth.
Right. Well, I'll be going out. Mr. Edgeworth, I hope you don't blame yourself for what happened. We were the ones who acted corruptly, not you. It's too late for me. No matter what anyone may say, I realized today that I can't correct my mistakes.
Mr. Edgeworth?
Not only that, but I don't even trust myself anymore. Chief Bant was right.
You despise criminals. I can feel it in me. You're the same.
Gasp, gasp, gasp.
One day you'll understand. Oh, believe me, you will. You're just one man. You'll see what it really takes to bring them down. Once you try to go it alone.
I do despise criminals. I plan to dedicate my entire life to fighting them. But in order to fight crime on my own, I need a weapon. It's scary, but I've known that to be true for quite some time now.
Edgeworth.
Who knows? Given enough time, I might have tried to pull something like Chief Gant did. That thought terrifies me. That's why I can't continue on as a prosecutor.
I like how this is like pretty much the same, man. Either die a hero or live long enough to see yourself become the villain.
Oh.
Edgeworth, don't you understand? Damon Gant and your mentor, Manfred from Karma, were both the best of the best when it came to fighting crime. But they both made the same mistake. You said, in order to fight crime on my own, I need a weapon. That may be true, but think back to the day's trial. You weren't alone.
You had your little boo thing.
You were working together with Mr. Wright. Because of that partnership, you were able to gather evidence that otherwise would have gone undiscovered.
Oh.
Isn't that right, Mr. Wright?
Yeah? What is this, a pop quiz?
Already! Just fuck already! Come on! No, wait,
Evidence, huh? Something that neither Edgeworth nor I would have been able to find on our own. What do you think that is?
Wait, what
You know what it
wait,
is.
wait, what
You
are
know
we?
what it
What was
is?
what was the question?
do.
What's something that
Something that neither Edgeworth nor I, Phoenix Wright, would be able to bring up to the court on our
Like
lawn.
something that you would have had to do together.
Yeah, exactly.
Uh,
Well,
What's that,
yeah,
Kate?
I think it was the award, like Julian said, because they
Mm,
talked about the story to Emma, right?
oh no, it's the evidence list. Edgeworth had one half. We had the
exactly.
Oh.
Because we had this half, and Edgeworth had the other half.
Two halves make a whole, baby. That's the picture I drew.
Our counterattack began with this. Tedious drawing. You had one half of the evidence list, and I had the other. But we wouldn't have been able to completely restore Emma's picture.
That didn't just happen by chance, Mr. Edgeworth. That's the first time I've seen him blink. It's time for me to
My
go.
God. No. Mr. Edgeworth.
If you'll excuse me, there are still some loose ends that need wrapping up.
Where are you going to
Take care,
be?
Chief Prosecutor.
No.
Where do you think Francisca takes prosecutor role in the second game?
Sure. No goodbye to me? What will you do now?
No kiss?
But lover.
Well, whatever you do, just remember. You can let what happened kill the prosecutor in you, or you can let it happen you grow.
What's
A lot of it.
between two?
You can let what happened kill the prosecutor in you, or you can let it help you grow. In the end, it's up to you.
I know. It seems
Oh.
I owe you my thanks too, right?
Oh.
But what I face now is my problem.
Edgeworth,
He's gonna go fight
I'll
his
be waiting
demons.
for you in court.
Farewell.
He's so cute.
I'd better be going too.
Okay. But I'll be by to visit soon.
It seems we both have a lot to learn. Catching up. Here, this is a little something for you.
Scientific investigation.
Another children's book. It's the first book I ever bought. Study it well.
Thanks, sis. Well.
So another case came by to close, and I couldn't make out with Ella because her sister was right there. As for the sisters, I have faith.
Oh.
What the hell, Emily? Why are you so mad?
How many times do I have to say it? I hate this shit.
Praise that their lives have only just begun. As for me, I think it's time I started on a new journey of my own. Journey to recover myself.
Oh, Edgeworth.
I thought I was gonna pause on Edgeworth, dude. New journey. I'm like, don't go trekking off just yet, pal.
What is it, detective?
There's just a little matter to be resolved about the chief prosecutor. You see, she isn't supposed to be out of jail like this. But,
I thought you said it was okay.
yeah, well, it may be okay with me, but the folks at the prison are a different story.
Huh?
Basically, I had to bribe a guard in order to sneak her out for 30 minutes. Believe me, it wasn't cheap either, so you owe me $50.
I love this man. Huh?
Way to go, detective! I didn't know you had a wild side. Yeah, well, you see, Mr. Right here are the ones who will be footing the bill.
Huh? Huh?
What, you think I could afford it with my salary? You gotta be kidding me, pal.
Huh?
Thank you, Mr. Wright. You're the best.
Why is it I suddenly feel like I want to scream?
Hey, I got an idea. Why don't we all go pay it off together? Yeah, that's a great idea. Come on, guys. Let's go.
Objection!
Oh my god.
Oh my fuck, finally.
Holy shit.
Can we skip this?
No.
No, because I love this track. It was a read. Go, go!
No, I hope you'll be
Read.
fuck, I couldn't read. As for me, this affair has pretty much ended my days at the prosecutor's office. Still, I'll manage to find my way back to the field somehow. Then I'll be able to investigate crimes together with Emma.
I love you. Fingerprint dust.
Well, it was
Why
a
you
year
crush
in
on that
making,
woman so hard?
but I'm glad
Zion,
we
cause you're moody.
finished it.
Oh, oh, God. Yikes! I thought I was a goner for a moment there. In the end, though, they overlooked my unauthorized investigation of the chief's office. If we penalized you anymore, it'd be worse than firing you. Yep, that's what they said.
Didn't they fire you?
It just goes to show, you can't shake me off that easily.
They didn't.
Thought they did.
お先、岸本達也のもと、
Thank you.
小次郎、荻原、広近長木、アニメーション、コータ、深町、高則、石川。My new mission is to guard the main entrance and take care of the... Can you believe that I've been demoted to a security guard? My partner is keeping an eye on the entrance for me today. I'll show them though. Someday I'm going to be a detective. Yes, sir, and then I can be just like the Big Gumshoe. My idol in life.
I don't know.
Graphics. 菊村音清子武田安弘森田 Graphics 小路青木知恵中島俊彦山本
That was beautiful.
It's just a blue patch.
Dun, dun,
Get
dun,
away from
dun.
me! Get away from me! You blue bastard!
Oh no, he's dead.
You fucking killed him.
Programming Fumiaki Sato.
Miss Keisha! Miss Keisha! Oh my fucking
Programming.
god, she fucking did.
Sakai Shiro Mikato Daisuke Kaneko.
Oh, what is it? Can't you see him? Oh shit, sorry. Who the fuck is? Oh fuck.
Mr. managed to sneak this into me. She's seeing one of
Well,
the security guards.
it
Looks like you did it.
You even gave
Bambina.
back her smile.
Bambina.
Can you make sure Billy and the gang get the water?
Bambina.
Bambina.
That was a gang effort.
Darn Casino. Darn Casino.
I can be sure of that.
Dawn Casino.
Looks like we won't be seeing each other for a while.
Fuck!
As a farewell gift, I put a new meal on the menu. The top layer tastes as bitter as defeat, but the bottom layer is as sweet as victory.
Sounds awful.
Kids seem to take the turnabout theme. It's a hot seller around exam time. Just make sure not to eat it backwards. My throat, I'm like dying.
Localization, Ben Judd.
Damn, it's just one guy.
Localization, Brandon Gay, Kaori.
Brandon Gay.
I'll never forget what that young defense lawyer said after. Let's see, what was his name again? Mr. Left.
Oh my god.
Anyway, he said he's been doing something or other. How many years? Well, anyway, I've got another trial to get to, so I'd better be. Huh? Oh no, forgot my job. Sorry, gotta go.
We're stuck with this guy for 2 more games.
Translation, Bound Global Studios.
Solutions.
Oh, sorry. J. Patrick Riley, Yuli Kim, Steve Anderson,
Are we gonna play the Miles Edge?
Yamamoto, Alexandro Smith, Philip Soldini.
This is all like a fresh country here. Still, sometimes I do miss hearing you and your objection. Still, I can't go back until I'm a full-fledged spirit medium. Oh, who's
I
here?
think my
Where's he going?
afternoon training is about to begin.
Okay, you're gonna be
I mean,
Morgan. I
We'll
guess.
see you around, Nick. I love her. I miss her so much.
Emily,
Special thanks to Yamazoe, Ayotomo, Tatsuya someone, Keiji Kubonori, Tomohiro, Masuda, Tetsuo Yamamoto. Jesus Christ, give me a break.
Oh my God.
Kasagiri, Ryo Kobayashi.
you don't have to name
Okay.
these people.
Kentaro Ohira, Ryohei, Koyama.
Ah,
Mis-
what the fuck? Oh, oh.
Monsieur Edgeworth, I brought you your tea. What's going on? Oh, I know what that says.
Producer, Minae Matsukawa. Executive producer, Tatsuya Minami.
Thanks for coming to see me off. I can't believe I'm going to Europe. Thank you, Mr. Wright. Thank you so much for everything. I'm a little sad, but I'll be alright. Whenever I want to see Lana, all I have to do is open this book.
Oh, there's a picture of her in it.
Aww. Oh wait, no. Boo! Oh. Okay, that's really adorable, actually.
Capcom.
Capcom.
Thank you for that.
I'm down to play the Edgeworth games. I just want to wait until the localized version of 2 is out, or like the remastered collection is out.
Okay.
But we still
Are
have
they
2 more
working
games
on
in
it?
this trilogy to cover, so
No, I know. That was just the first one. Oh my god.
the other ones are a lot better, I'd say.
Okay. Okay. Okay.